Hello, hello, hello. We're back in the road field. There's the road, you can see it down there. That's the corner over here and here. That corner is the one that I did last week. I'm going to do this half now. You can probably see I've got some of my flags out now. They're just homemade, but I put them in a line. Just helps you to keep straight, because a lot of the plough marks, the farming marks, go a bit off kilter, as you can see. If you look down there, they go to the left. Just keeps you straight, because if you don't, you can wander off quite a way. Know where you've been does help. Right, I'll be back when we get to the first hole. Let's give it a go. I'm out with Sean today, and he's not moved from where he's set up his machine here. And look what he's got. He's got a lovely little flower. It's got a bit of a thread on the back, but could be horse harness decoration, but could be something else, who knows. Nice.
Seconds into starting.
Yeah, first signal. I hope I get a signal like that. There we go. Nice one. Well, I have my first hole. And it's a flat button. And even though there's nothing on the front, it's a very nice button, because on the back it's much more interesting. Can you see that? Let me get my magnifying glass out. I'll tell you what, I'll put a picture on instead. Put your good picture on there. And it actually says, you can see that there's quite a bit of gilt still left on it, gold gilt. It says treble gilt, rich orange underneath. Treble gilt sometimes mean that they've gilded it more than once, but often it also means that they put more gold in with the mercury when they're gilding them. There was a legal limit, which was, I think it was 5 grains. I'll have to look it up. 5 grains of gold per ounce of mercury, and they'd cover the buttons, and they'd be put in a furnace, and it would adhere to them. Nice button, that. Nice button. Very happy with that. I love this field. This is only my second signal. And what have I got this time? I've got a lead. I do believe this is probably a token of some sort. It doesn't look like a bag seal. There's no... Well, it could possibly be a bag seal, but it's got Wilson on one side, and it's got AXO, AXC or AXG on that side. I'm sure you can see it. I'll put a picture up anyway. Well, signal number 3 is another button. It's a silver gilt one this time. Still got a bit of silver on it. Little button. Yes, about the size of a fly button on a button-up fly. There we go. Another hole, as you can see, got a 50p, a spendable one. This is not a big one. Still got some mud on the back of it. 50p. Spendable. Just thought you might like to see this. I've had 3 pieces of lead, a bottle top, and this piece of lead. And this piece of lead, it looks a little bit like a palm guard, and it's very small. It's tiny for one of those, but it's hollowed out. Look, I think it's been specifically shaped like that, domed and hollowed. Interesting, eh? I've had a few bits and pieces, mostly lead and a few copper bits. Well, I've just come across something here, and you don't normally find these as this. You'll know what I mean in a minute. This is the end of a barrel tap. That's the bit that goes into the barrel through the hole, and it's got all the striations on it to help it grip. But that's what that is. That's the end of a barrel tap. I would say that was probably about 1800. Another button. This one's a cheap pressed copper button, probably from the industrialised period, probably about 1840, something like that. See where the shank was in the middle there, look. Cheap press button. Would it look nice though? Gilded, silver. Who knows? It's me, again, with another find out this hole down here. Now, it doesn't look anything like that, does it really? It could be anything. But when I turn it sideways, you can see what it is. It's a little pulley of sorts. That's ceramic, that bit in the middle, so it's possibly for... Nah, it wouldn't be for wire, I wouldn't have thought. But yes, a little pulley. I wonder what that was used for. Well, quite a deep hole here. I'm going to bring it in front of the camera now, look. Right, here's my armour. There's the first bit, look. And it keeps going, and keeps going, keeps going. And there on the end is a thread. A bit of copper water pipe. A bit. It's a monster. I'm working my way towards that corner, and I've just come across a pistol ball. Now, I don't think this has been fired. It's got a bit of a nib, but it's got a flat bit on it, but don't think it's been fired. Pistol ball. Well, this, I believe, is part of a drawer handle. Some people might say that it was part of a shoe buckle, but if it was, it would have had a hole just about there. That's where the crossbar would have been in it, and it hasn't got one. It wouldn't have had one at the thin end. It would have had one there. I think that's off a drawer handle, Regency drawer handle. There's a little frog down here. He's tiny. You can probably see him jumping now. Look. There he goes. A tiny frog. He's miles from the water. I say miles, it's over there through those trees. I'd give you a hand, mate, but what are you doing over here? Eh? Right then, off you go. Well, I've still only had that 150p coin. Sean's had 4 coins so far. I mean, it's 3 halfpennies and a threepence. But I have found this, which gave a cracking coin signal, of course, being circular. But it's obviously a lid of something pushed in. Interesting again. Well, I've got a find in this hole. And you see it there. Let me turn my pinpoint on. Look at the light. You see that? That looks like a spoon handle. An apostle spoon. That's what it looks like to me. I'm just going to call Sean over, then we're going to dig it. Right. We can have a look. I've just sprayed it with a bit of water just to have a look. It's going on, look. Oh, there we go. Oh my God! Hey! 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 Look at that baby!
Now
some
that
markings
makes up
there.
for a dull day, Dave, doesn't
It certainly does, Jesus.
God,
Look at that.
that's a stunner, mate.
It is, isn't it? Oh my God, it's got some markings there. So it looks like B&Q. It don't look like, what does that say? Are them hallmarks? It looks silver, doesn't it?
It is silver.
Yeah, it's got to be silver, that is. Look at the colour of it.
It is silver.
In the ground as well. Let's have a look at the, could you just brush the man, the apostle? Because that's what I think it is, an apostle spoon. And we'll have a look at the bowl.
Yeah, he's a proper apostle,
he
really.
is, isn't he? Yeah. He's got a key in his hand, look. He's
right
got a
apostle.
monster key in his hand.
He's a right apostle, isn't he?
Looks like he's got headphones on from here. Let's have a look at the bowl.
Maybe that was his detector, the actual spoon.
Yeah. Let me crack this.
Yeah, Dave, I've got a screwdriver now.
Good, don't you scratching
No,
it.
you won't scratch her. Yeah. Here, baby. You can use
No, I'll use my thumb.
Yeah. Right.
It's a sieve spoon.
Just thought I'd bring my Stanley
It's
screwdriver.
a straining spoon.
Oh, that's even better.
That's what all the holes are in it.
That's even better because it's got
I'm going to clean it up and I'll come back to you. Look at that, baby. want to clean that spoon up a bit. I'm going to clean it up even better later. But look at that baby. Hey? What a cracker. He's definitely an apostle on the top. He's got a key in his under his arm, a massive key. And there's another figure there with a face underneath it, I think.
I've got a hole in my knee that I didn't know I had.
There we go. We'll have a look at it later, properly cleaned. Right, in this hole here, this ear hole, we've got this, which is definitely a Georgian halfpenny, but I can't see who it is at the moment. But that's the Britannia side with the date down there. Look. Should it be that way up? I thought I could see George 2 earlier, but can't see it now. Right, we'll clean him up with a Brillo pad when we get home and report back. Well, we're just walking back to the car to get some lunch, and I said to Sean, this is the area where all the fishing weights were, and guess what? Oh, what did I find, eh? A fishing weight. That's still got some line on it as well. But then I had another signal 2 steps away, and I thought it was another one, but it's not. It's a stair rod carpet holder. 2 screws would have been in there, the rod across there. Yeah, stair rod holder for a carpet. Yeah. Well, we've just had our lunch. Had some nice Victoria sponge cake and a bun or 2, and we're going to do a half time. These are some of Sean's finds here. Bullets and all sorts of bits. He's got 3 halfpennies, look. 1 Edward, 2 George V and a George VI Repens. Oh, what's that, Sean?
Rainbow.
You're not allowed. Bits and pieces. And what have we got over here? Oh, we'll come back to this one, shall we?
Premier League.
I've got 3 fishing weights, look. Spigot off a barrel tap. All these other goodies, some nice little buttons there. Pistol ball.
The bag seals are stolen.
Yeah, I don't think it is a bag seal.
No.
No. It might be. I'll do a bit of research on it. I couldn't see where the, oh, it could possibly be.
I thought it'd be
It could be.
pulls for it.
Could be. And I got that as well, which I don't know what it is. It's a bit of that. It's one of them. That's what it is. It's one of them. But oh yeah, don't forget the Georgian halfpenny. Not sure which George it is yet. But this is the find. This is the goodie.
Oh, precious.
That's got to be the best spoon I've ever found. I'm telling you now, that's a corker. That's an absolute cracker.
Was it a wine strainer?
Well, it's a bit of a sieve spoon, isn't it? You could do all sorts of things if you had like strawberries in syrup and stuff.
Yeah.
Anything like that you needed to just scoop out. You wouldn't eat from it. It's more of a server, isn't it? Just to.
Yeah.
But he certainly looks like an apostle. He's got a big key in his hand. Look, a monster key.
I think.
And there's something going on here. Another.
I'll have a look.
I'd have to see if I can find more about it. Anyway, we're going to have just finish our drinks and then we're going to start again. I'm just parked just here in the shade throughout the day. I thought because of it being rained so much that the ground might be better, so I've just popped across the road here, which is the new mill house, and I've just walked in through that gap here, walked just down to here, and I've had a signal and it's an apple tag. Never had one of those from around here. It says apple, and in my best French accent it says mère de ménage. Yes, mère de ménage. I'm on the front lawns. I thought we got everything out of here, but that rain has helped tremendously with the signals, and this was a deep hole. It's deeper than this. It's got to be easily well, probably 10 inches, that one. And I've got a George III halfpenny. It's 1800 the date, and I'll put you a nice picture of it on so you can see it. George the 3rd, 1800. Yeah, I found another part of that serving tray. It's like a silvered pewter. It's got that decorated rope pattern around the edge. Yeah, I found a bit of it about 10 yards that way last week. Yes, let's carry on, see what else is here. Well, I've got back to my yellow flag. You can see they're in a row straight down there, look. And I've only taken 2 swings. And I've got a farthing, and it's 1871 Queen Victoria. Let me see if I can clean her up a little bit for you just before I turn it off. Let's have a look. Can you see her there? You might be able to see her there. I'll put a good picture up anyway. 1871 Victoria farthing. Hey, that was quite deep really in there. It's a pistol ball. Got a little nipple on him as well, let's see. I like pistol balls. This is a good one as well. He's nicely formed. Nicely formed. Some of them get a bit deformed where the 2 halves don't meet. But he's nice. Pistol ball. Well, I found that farthing just about there on my first run that way, and I've come back up the flags this way, and just 6 feet away I've got a Victoria halfpenny. All I can see on it at the moment is Victo. You can see where it was there as well, but it's very crusty, but I'm sure I can get some definition out of it later with the old Brillo pad. Well, I've got another livery button. This one's probably a cuff button. It looks like it's got I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that. I'll put a picture on instead. It's got a lion on it, I think, with his back end here and his back leg and tail. But it's hard to see at the moment. I'll have to clean it up properly at home. Well, I've just come across this, and it's an umbrella slide, but it's a tiny one. Very small one, that almost looks like doll's umbrella size. It's that small. They're usually twice that size, aren't they? Oh well, that's a find. Well, quite a hole and a half for such a little find. It's a flat button. It's got the shank, but it's been flattened. Quite appropriate for a flat button that the shank is flattened. I love my button. apostle-handled spoons were first introduced in the 1500s. This particular one is from the 1880s. The apostles were the attendees at the Last Supper, so the spoons normally come in sets of 12, although they can come in 13s, with the 13th being either Jesus or the Virgin Mary. This is my best ever silver spoon find. I don't think I'm ever going to get better than this.